Seam sealer. I've had this tarp for about 3 years. 10.5 by 10.5. If you go out diagonal, it's about 14.5, which covers a large area. Never had any problems with it. It's always held up fine until just recently I started getting wet. And this poor tarp may have seen its better years. Getting some water dripping through here. So, you know, I'm thinking I have to replace it. But after I looked at it when I got home and got it dried off, the seam tape right through here has come loose. Now it's not loose all the way, it's just loose in places. So my idea was to put some seam sealer on it. Now this is standard Gear Aid brand seam sealer, $5-6 depending on where you buy it. Remember that each brand will have its own consistency and flow rate that comes out of the top, and so you might want to practice with that a little bit. I haven't done a lot of this because you seldom need to do seam seal, you know, other than every 3 or 4 years, I suppose. So let's get into it. Let's see what this looks like. Looks pretty simple. I'm gonna use gloves just so I don't have all that cleanup. I got a cloth to clean up with if I need to. I'm gonna be using a it looks like a piece of a plastic shim. As I said, tape's not loose all the way, but I think it's gonna be better if I go ahead and pull it loose and then reseal it. Okay, the plan is to leave the tape that's already here, since it gives structural integrity in my opinion. I'm going to put some seam sealer down, and then I'm going to just put this back in to the silicone. That's the plan. We'll see how that goes. Open it. Give it a little squeeze. Now that flows pretty good. And so forth. This flows really well. I kind of think that's it. I think I'm going to take my rag and go back over it just to take off any excess. Not much. Because it's water-based, it should clean up really well. So I went and rinsed this before I had time to dry. It's just a closed top, pops up, pops down. Brush stays open, so I just washed it off. We'll let this cure for a little bit. It says up to about 2 hours should do it. Come back and take a look at it and see what it looks like. This is Gear Aid Fast Cure Seam Sealant. It's a 2-ounce bottle. Okay, it's been 2 to 3 hours now. Somewhere's in there. This is dried and it's set, and I'm pleased with that. Let me give you a close-up of what the seam might be looking like. Looks like this is set up pretty well. I'm pretty satisfied with that fix. We'll see if it holds up. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. This is Mike from Mike's Wild World. A little bit of seam sealer.